Well, hello. Good evening, good morning, whatever time you guys get this video. I'm going to really try to keep this short because there's a lot. What a lot. And Friday is going to be a very busy day for me. So I have to look forward to Friday. Okay. Which, of course, today is Friday, but the sun is not up. Yeah, it's currently 1:10 a.m. So I just finished doing a foot soak. Um, And yeah, I won't get too much into tea, but you guys, the winter solstice is coming up, and that's one of my biggest times of the year. And of course, there's going to be some major changes over the next 4 years. Okay, we talked about this before, y'all. We can recap 2017, 2018. We talked about 2020, and then we talked about 2025 through 2029. Now, once again, we have testimonies, we have proven facts, and I don't do things for show. I always tell people this: I don't do things for spiritual entertainment. I know people don't understand that, but it's really for the purpose of enlightening others and to help change the world in some way, shape, or form. All the stuff that I've been through, all the things that I witnessed physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, etc., etc. I knew that I survived all that stuff to tell the story, but also to inspire others or to help motivate others to knowing that they can also beat whatever odds are against them. They can also survive whatever energies, whatever programs, whatever, ideas people have placed upon them, and so this is why I wanted to come out originally and to start offering casework. As you guys know, I always talk about this because I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of anything I'm doing now or anything I plan to do in the future because it's my body, it's my life, it's my priority, it's my prerogative, and I do whatever the fuck I want to do. Okay. So going back into that, you know, in the adult stuff, I did all that good stuff. I've done things to manifest. And like I said, people try to hold it against me, and I won't go too deep into it. But these things taught me a lot about people and the workings the workings of the world, and just people, places, and things, and how people move and how people think. And I learned a lot. And I always tell people I equate all interactions with people, which is considered intimacy, the same. My spiritual clients, my adult entertainment clients, there's no difference. In all honesty, there's no difference in the exchange of energy when it comes to that. And like I said, I originally wanted to come out to offer workings to people because there's a lot of things I could do. We talked about this before. We said this before. I'm a high school graduate. I have some college, lessons, prerequisites. I have post secondary training. I have certificates, license, the state of California, so I have different levels of education. And so I didn't have to resort to offering spiritual services to people because this was my way to eat. This is my only way to survive. Just like going into the adult stuff, right? That was not my only way to survive. That was not my need to survive. It was something in that moment that I feel like I needed to do because I feel like people needed me. Okay. And I'm not going to get into explain all that because I want to keep this very short, direct, say what I'm going to say and, keep it pushing. I hope you guys have been well, positive. Yo, I have to share also on here, the situation that happened with OJ Simpson's bodyguard coming out, girl. I'll probably touch on that, down the line. But I wanted to come because I promised you guys 3 days of dropping jewels. And I think this is going to wrap up those 3 days of dropping jewels, right? Talk about things that are not really discussed and or things that I would probably normally, not probably, that I would normally put in a class. Now, there's a reason why I offer classes and private sessions versus coming on YouTube and just talking about stuff. I think that the general public is not ready for the type of information that is out there. I think that people are they're more interested in being entertained than being enlightened. Okay. And that's just my personal take on things. And so either way, also going into people watching, taking your ideas and not giving you credit for it. You know, I've seen this in the past with a lot of YouTubers currently right now. You know, girl used to make fun of me doing certain things and oh my God, this, that, and now they're doing it. You never saw them with wigs on, you never saw them with their nails did, you never saw them with their makeup on. But now all of a sudden they got their nails did, they got their wigs on, they got their makeup done. Okay. And of course, I'm even talking about Destiny Swap, but we're going to say that for another video because I feel like that's too much of an overload because I've been hearing and seeing that a lot, which is a part of the entertainment aspect, which I do feel like there are a group of people or no, a group of people, because I stand on what I say, who intentions were to distract people from their real potential. We talk about this 2016, 2017, why these basic ass witches made their way up over here, right? And not up on this channel, but the other channel. Well, they did make their way up over here too, because they were, you know, they were out here trying to see what see, because someone, you know, the head, you know, the head dried witch bitch told them, like, bitch, go out here and get this bitch together. This bitch was blocking and gawking and talking. And they even said it as well that I was blocking their money, which, by the way, I talk about my shit for my people. Okay, I'm not out here going to people's videos, channels, YouTube. You know, I don't advertise my stuff. Okay, there's no need to do that. Okay, and so either way, whoever finds it, they finds it. Right? I'm very spiritual. I believe in the spirit. I believe in manifesting. I'm not just one of those people that talk about it, y'all. No criminal record. I don't have to lie, cheat, steal, scam, defraud. I like to debunk, but I don't have to do these things to manifest or to get ahead in life, right? What is meant for me is meant for me, and what is old to me is old to me. Okay, we're always about debts, okay, and we're always about motherfucking credits, okay, debits and credits and debts, okay. Well, that's what we're about: liability and assets. So the energy I want to go over to this art of manifesting, okay? There's no way past this, y'all. Before 2020, we were able to cheat, right? You had cheat codes. You could manifest a house, a car, you know, whatever you call, because, you know, nowadays people think scamming is manifesting. So I'm not, you know, I'm not going to knock your belief system. You think that, you know, getting on EBT, getting housing, all this other good shit is a way of manifesting, and that's your lifelong, you know, dream and goal. Hey, I'm not going to knock you for that, right? If the universe has trillions upon trillions of dollars, I'm not going to settle for a set amount. Okay. And so, you know, if you choose to, that's your business. I choose not to. And so either way, we were able to get ahead by cheating. We had cheats, whether it was you figuring out how to get ahead by, you know, paying for a little 9-month program and getting your certificate, and now you can get a high paying job. A guy that I met from New York a couple of months ago said that he was a surgical tech in the state of New York without a license or without any formal training. He was just able to walk in, state what he was interested in doing, and the job trained him. Okay. And I was actually blown away. But in 2022, that changed, and now he's unemployed. Now he's figuring out what he's going to do. And I tell him, well, you need to go to school to be a surgical tech because that's what you're into. Go ahead and do it. And so either way, things have changed after 2020. And I really think 2020 allowed us to be on an even playing field, right? It was a reset for us. And so after 2020, there's no cheating. After 2020, the work you put in is the work you get out. And so the art of manifesting is truly healing. Healing is the number one reason why you are experiencing brokenness on any type of level. Unhealedness, having some type of issues blocking you from your greater purpose, is why you're experiencing brokenness. And it is your job, right, to figure out what these blockages are, figure out what these unhealed aspects of your life are. A lot of us are in the idea that we have to be like the Joneses. That's what they would call it, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Like we feel like we felt like we had to, you know, match our friends. We had to match our coworkers. We had to, you know, if they got a nice car, we got to get a nice car. If they had this, they had that. But in the inside, a lot of people, they'll get out that car, walk into that $1 million house, take off their clothes, take off their wigs, and they'll cry themselves to sleep. A lot of these people are doped up on meds. They're taking Proloft, Zoloft. They're taking all these offs, Nax, Lax, Tax. Okay, they cannot function because there's unhealed energy. There's brokenness there. So regardless of how wealthy they appear, they're still broken. And so, of course, they were able to manifest through the system by cheating. We're not saying these people are scammers, but somehow, some way, they figured out a glitch and they were able to manifest those things. Here, after that, there's no more doing that. Like I said, we have to heal the brokenness. Whatever ideas that is, whatever experiences you've had that you have not fully let go, right? That's why we call it shadow work. These things will come up for you. It is wise for everybody to seek some type of counseling, some type of therapy session. I know people that try to put it off. I told y'all many, many times, excuse me. I told y'all many, many times, even going back, 2 years ago, I said, I won't be dealing with no friends personally who don't want to seek therapy. For some reason, people really try to postpone it. I don't know why people act like it's so bad. I don't know why people act like they're going to be forced to do things against their will. And it's crazy because people are not worried to go to jail, or they're not worried about going to jail. They're not worried about, any of those things, but they're worried about seeing a therapist. It's almost as if we're programmed in some way to not get help, right? And we're talking about real help. Because, of course, people will seek therapy through their drugs. They would seek therapy through their alcohol. They would seek therapy through their shopping addictions. Even going into working, workaholics, they would seek these things, right? To counsel or to release therapeutically whatever it is energy they're blocking, but they notice that over time it just get worse. Their addiction get worse, right? It doesn't get better because the brokenness just becomes more broken. Okay, it starts to expand. It starts to get worse. It worsen. And so either way, that's the only true way of manifesting is to get a healing. I told you I relocated to start my healing journey. And you guys, I manifested so much more than I ever even possibly could imagine, right? I've met people, I've had experiences where I was like, is this even fucking possible? Right? And to even look back on it now too, it's like, whoa, like I'm getting chills right now because I'm like, damn, like it's really about traumas, creating blockages, which does not allow you to manifest. And this goes across the board in all areas of your life. A lot of us want to manifest a particular man, but we don't want to manifest the man that we actually need, the man that we truly desire. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't really know what we really truly desire because we're trauma based. We're trauma driven. A lot of people are trauma bonded, right? And so you think you like a thug man. You think you like a man with no life. You think you like a man who doesn't want to get a 9-to-5 job, who don't like taking a bath, who don't like showering, because that's your brokenness seeking that. Once you heal aspects of yourself, your inner child, then you start to realize, why was I into that? Because I've been there, done that, right? That was my thing, y'all. Being a woman of a particular experience, let's say I need a gangster because I need to be protected. Right? People are going to be picking on me. They're going to be coming for me. I need the hardest of the hardest man to protect me. But through my experiences as I was healing, right? Because it's a lifelong process. You don't heal overnight. I started attracting different types of men that were not the thuggish type who offered me even more protection, greater protection than these thugs could offer. And so to think that in my brokenness, that the thug mentality, the thug energy, the gangster, walking around with guns on you, knives on you and shit was the protection that I really needed. It was like, whoa, that man ain't gonna really protect when it comes to the higher up people. What they said, we have people in low places and we have people in the high places. Those people in those low places cannot protect from the people in those high places and vice versa. So either way, this is what we need to look, have an inner reflection, inner evaluation, an inner study guide, an inner, healing session for ourselves, and not for show, not for make, not for play and tell, not, I'm on my healing, here's my goddess beads, hey, y'all, I'm on my healing journey. This is this and that. Do it for you. I believe in one of the scriptures in the Bible, in the book of Matthew, where it speaks about praying in silence, where it speaks about going into your, prayer room and your closet and praying in secrecy so the Most High could bless you in front of everybody. That is the point. That is the most time that you have to go into your closet is when you're trying to pray for a healing, right? When I'm in my healing process, when I'm in my, the day of reevaluating myself and my progress, I really disconnect from people, places, and things, right? And I tell them, unless it's a real serious emergency, you cannot reach out to me. Please don't reach out to me. And one person I know actually did, and you know what happened to them? They got blocked, banned, and deleted permanently. Baby, I sure did. I went in, girl, listen, block, 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 block. And now I don't even know how to even unblock because I said, well, oh well, whatever. Because I was like, what? I need to reach out and nope, bitch, they're blocked. And so that's how that go for me. And of course, this makes way for bigger and better things. See, in life is about elevation. In life is about progress. And so we get rid of the dead weight, the old weight to manifest new things, right? And as we're healing ourselves, the old us starts to die off and the new us starts to awaken because the new you is always been you. There's no such thing as a new you. The old you is no such thing as the old you neither. It's just the programs that you were given. And we're going to also go over that lightly too right now. And so and this is all public information too. And so when you start to awaken your inner self, when you start to acknowledge, oh, come on in here, the soul that's within, because that soul has greater power than you can ever understand. Y'all listen, I wasn't going to do this, but I want to pull this up because something that shifted in me when I started my real deep healing journey last year. Hold on. 1 Corinthians. Woo! Mm-mm-mm. First Corinthians, and we're going to get in. We're going to go to 18. We're going to do 18, and we're going to do. Hold on. Can I find the King James? Everything is new. Everything is new. Okay. So we're going to start at 18. The scripture I really want to get into is 19 to 20, but of course we have to give you a prerequisite. We have to set the mood for you, right? And so this scripture really speaks about sexual immorality. It really talks about sexual sin. But I don't want you to think of sexual sin in the way that you've been programmed to think of sexual sin. Okay. So I'm going to read this and we're going to get into what I really wanted to get into. So 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18 to 20 says, flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own. And so what this is saying is that, do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, and that your body is not your own body? It also says, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So it is saying that your spirit and your body is of God, and everything that you do to your spirit and do to your body is glorifying or committing some type of a sin against God. Now, of course, we're not getting into sin because sin, my belief is an error, the mark that is missed. So everyone is born into sin because we have to get it right. We're living in this life to get things right. But the body that you have is of God, right? It is a body of a god or a goddess, right? And the spirit that lives within, the soul that lives within, is even greater than the body because it is the Holy Ghost that's in that body. And so when you acknowledge the spirit within you, your life starts to change. Yes, through the healing process, you start to heal, you start to nurture, you start to, because see, throughout our lives, we've been programmed to forget about the soul, but to acknowledge the body. This is why they want you to walk like people, talk like people, and act like people. When our soul, when the Holy Ghost is within us, it's not like everybody else's Holy Ghost. Come on in here. The Holy Ghost in my body is not like the Holy Ghost in your body. So I don't have to walk and act and talk and do what you do. That's what you do for you. but you do because some of the things you do is the program that you were given. And I choose to deprogram myself. Come on in here. And so either way, I learned that when you start to acknowledge the spirit within, when you start to acknowledge the soul within, and you don't care about what people think about you, if you want to break out and do a praise dance, if you want to go out and wearing polka dots or stripes, you don't give a fuck about wearing a synthetic ass jig, no dry ass wig. You don't give a fuck about wearing eyelash with no mascara on. You don't give a fuck about none of that because the body that you're in and the spirit that's in that body is given from the Most High. And who is greater than the Most High? Nobody and nothing, right? And so the universal God instilled intelligences within you. And as I said, as the programming happened before you got into utero, but while you got into utero, that's when the programs really started, right? Your bodies started getting programmed. And I say your bodies because there's about 5, 6, 7, 8 bodies, okay? But we're going to talk directly about the 7 bodies, okay? Maybe even 6, because the 7th one might be a little too deep for you. Okay. And either way, we've been programmed to think a certain way, act a certain way, walk a certain way. And these programs that you were given wounded and or blocked out the Holy Ghost that's within you. And it doesn't say that the Holy Ghost is in those who acknowledge God. That's not what it says. It doesn't say the Holy Ghost is only within those who are Christians. It doesn't say that neither, right? Because everything that's in you is equal to or greater than the energy that you venerate. I always say that. Okay, Oshun, Yemaya, Santa Muerte, Isis, Anegua, Anasa. None of these spirits are greater than you. None of these spirits are greater than you. They're equal to or less than. Okay, and so either way, when we start to deprogram these ideas and these energies that were given to us, the Holy Ghost within us starts to awaken. And now we start to notice that our taste bud changes. Now we start to notice that the people that we used to like, we don't like no more. Now we start to realize the things we like to do, the things that we thought we liked to do, we don't really like it. We never really liked it. And so this is where it's at for manifesting abundantly. This is where it comes to manifesting the new, okay? The Old Testament, the New Testament, the old way, the new way. Baby, we're in a new world. Yes, we're in a new energy. We're in a new vibration after 2020. I thought y'all know. I thought y'all knew that. Things were split up. 2020. And so now we're in the righteous, or we're in the self-seeking era, where in order for you to manifest truly, you have to heal yourself. And so I'm going to leave you with these bodies. Okay, because we can go into this for a very long time. Like I said, my whole life, I've been healing myself my whole life, but I really been, kicking it up a notch for the past 4 years, right? And each year it gets, better, it gets different. I'm unlocking, different teas, and it's really amazing. And so either way, the bodies that I want to talk about, first is the physical etheric body. Okay, now we're going to go into the most dense body, and then we're going to work our way up, right? Because we fell from grace. And so we're going to go from the root to the toot. Is that what? Well, actually, I think toot means, why do they say from the rooter to the tutor when root means the root, the base, and the tutor means the booty? Tootie. Yeah, toot means booty. So I don't know why they say from the toot to the root. We're going to say from the root to the crew. Can we say that? From the root to the crew. From the root to the crew. Can we do that? Yes, the crown girl. Ebonics for crown. Croot. Croot is crown in Ebonics, girl. Hello. Okay. And so it says that the physical etheric body is a etheric blueprint or a biomagnetic program that holds imprints of past life diseases, injuries, and beliefs that are reflected by present life situations. Again, the physical or etheric blueprint, because that's what our physical bodies are considered, etheric blueprint, because when we manifest things into the physical realm, they come from the etheric realm, right? Okay. And so either way, it is a biomagnetic program that holds imprints of past life diseases, injuries, and beliefs that are reflected by present life symptoms. So every element that you have in this life, every experience that you have, good or bad, is a reflection back from your past life experiences. Okay. And it holds subtle DNA that can be activated or switched off by behavior and beliefs, which in turns affects affects the DNA in the physical body. This subtle body is connected through the 7 traditional lower frequency chakras and to the soma, past life, alter major, and causal vortex. Okay. Going into the next, we have the emotional body. We're all emotional beings. They say we live in a very emotional world. That's why we say, I feel like, I feel. My heart is telling me that this is the man of my dream. I don't really like that bitch. This is emotion. We're very emotional. We're all emotional beings. Okay. The emotional body is created by emotions and feelings, attitudes, heartbreaks, traumas, and dramas, not only present in the present life, but also in the previous lives, right? The emotional body contains engrams, which are bundles of energy that hold a deeply traumatic or joyful memory picture. The next one, of course, the mental body, and we went over this before, but of course, we're kind of highlighting even deeper because we didn't go over to the physical etheric body. The mental body is created by thoughts, memories, credos, and ingrained beliefs from the present and previous lives. It is connected particularly to the throat and head chakra, but may be reflected in lower body chakras. So what this means, you guys, your head chakra is the thinking. Your throat chakra is the speaking. Your mental body is influenced and connected through the throat and the head chakra. So we're able to think a certain way by the way that we talk, by the way that we think. Okay. It all goes hand in hand. And this also affects our behavior, right? Because we're going into how the mental body affects the emotional body, which in return affects the physical body. We're working our way up. Okay. Physical being what we can see. Emotional body is kind of what we can see too. Narcissists, angry people, happy people. Oh my gosh, she's so happy. Yes. Mental bodies, that's a little more hidden, right? People could be really unhappy, but present that they're really happy, that they really are, that they're happy, but they're really not. Okay. The karmatic body, which is the body or the blueprint that holds the imprint of all previous lives and the purpose of the most present life. It contains mental programs, physical imprints, and emotional impressions and beliefs. So karmic body is your past life experiences, but also it can go into mental programs, physical imprints, and emotional impression and beliefs. So this is your interactions you have with people. This is what people have told you, people have shared with you, your fears. All this stuff also creates karma. A lot of times we will things to us and we blame others for what we willed it to us, right? So we got to be very mindful about our thoughts, our words, and our action, and how we're mindful about that, and how we, we obtain responsibility and accountability. My brain is moving faster than my damn mouth. As how we obtain this is hanging around and being around certain people and certain energies, and also, refraining from or disconnecting from certain frequencies, certain people, certain music, certain lifestyles, etc., etc., etc. Okay. And it also deals with manifestation because the physical body is influenced by the emotional body, the mental body, and the karmic body. And if the karmic body is out of whack, the mental body is out of whack, the emotional body is out of whack, the physical body will also be out of whack. So you will not be manifesting anything into the physical realm, right? Because the physical body is the etheric blueprint. Okay. The physical body has to be okay. It has to be in alignment with these other bodies for you to manifest correctly, longevity wise, creating wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Okay. It's not just about burning candles. It's not just about getting work for 20, 30 freaking people and thinking that it's going to all manifest because you're the root, right? You're the root. You're reaching out to these people, but you're the root. They're the branches. They're here to help the roots stay where they're at and stay balanced. But without the root, the branches will not exist. So you are the root of all things, all your experiences. It doesn't matter if you go to this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, over there, over there. You send 3,000, 1,000,000, 5,000,000. It's not going to matter. If there's brokenness is within, if the roots are broken, if the roots are decayed, if the roots ain't properly, grounded, connected, then baby, no matter what branches you connect to, it's not going to work. Okay? Hello. The ancestral body hosts everything inherited down the ancestral lines on both sides. The planetary bodies, okay, because we already talked about the physical, the emotional, the mental, the karmic, the ancestral. Now we're getting into the planetary bodies, okay? It is a subtle energy body that links into the planet and the Earth's etheric body and meridians. This planetary body is connected to the wider cosmos, the luminaries, planets, stellar bodies, and outer reaches of the universe. This is why I tell you, NASA and anything that deals with astronomy or astrology is dealing with your body. When they say there's a new planet being discovered, they figured a new way how to either deprogram or to program aspects of your body, because everything about you is a program. That's why they say we live in a matrix, right? And so when you start to study and learn about planets like Jupiter, Mars, etc., these are aspects of yourself. We even have it in our physical tropic chart, right? Where we see where your, Jupiter is, where's Venus at on your chart, where's, Mercury at on your chart, et cetera, et cetera. This is not just for entertainment. It's really for finding yourself, tracing your steps back. As Beyonce said, find your way back. That's what this is about, y'all. We don't learn about spirit just to learn about spirit. We learn about spirit because we're finding our way back. We're literally having a recollection. I remember I watched something a couple of years ago where somebody said, what happened if aliens are us from the future coming back to watch ourselves to see where we went wrong? And I even posed a question to them, what happened if you live this life and you're aware of that knowledge for you to trace yourself back to where you originally came from because you fell from grace? So you're here in this realm, in this reality, trying to figure out what, when, why, and how, because you're trying to find your way back home. The lights are on, but you can't see the lights. Okay? Can we get to what about? You can't find the street lights, girl, so you got to circle your way around. Come on in here. Y'all got to listen to Beyonce's song, girl. Beyonce hit it head on, honey. Hello. Yes, girl. And so either way, the planetary bodies, the planetary body is reflected in a birth chart and it's accessed through the past life, altar measure, causal vortex, soma stellar, and Gaia gateway chakras. Now, of course, if you do not know, y'all, I'm big on energy, and we talked about this before. When we're doing energetic work, I'm going to finish this. Let me do this, and I'm going to get into that. The next thing that we're going to get into is the spiritual or light body. Now, y'all, this is something that people don't really talk about because this is really the aspect of yourself of how people are able to really fuck you up, spiritually speaking. This is where people are really trying to get access to. This is why they want you to get underneath them to do work. They want you to get underneath them to follow them and not follow no one else, that type of shit, because they're trying to have access to your spiritual or light body. The spiritual light body is an integrated, luminous, vibrating energy field consisting of the physical body and all subtle energy bodies, plus the spirit or soul connected through the Soma, soul star, stellar gateway, Gaia gateway, altar major, and causal vortex. The spiritual body resonates with the universe, the universal mind, and with the personal soul or spirit. The light body is also where you receive messages and hunches. When people tell you that it is your solar plexus that you feel hunches and, oh God, things are not feeling right. It's actually information being sent to your light body that your physical body is acknowledging. Your physical body is sensing what is going on. I talked about this before the last video we did where I can be, or you could be in a room. And let's say you're in your house right now, your doors are locked, but your light body and your spiritual body is aware of energies outside of your home. So somebody is outside of your house, they're walking around your house, they're listening, they're whatever. Your light body and spiritual body knows these things. And a lot of times, if you're really tuned in, you will start to have dreams about these interactions. Let me tell you all two things that happen, right? I don't like using the word psychic because, of course, we're done with the explaining the bodies and stuff. And I'm going to get into what I was going to get into and get into this, and I'll be done too. But I don't like using the word psychic for myself. I like to say I'm just very in tuned. I'm very aware. I'm spiritually conscious. I have a spiritual awareness about me and anything that's connected to me. So if someone is connecting to me and they're trying to get information about themselves or about other people, because they linked with me, I'm able to access that, right? And a lot of times this stuff come through and it doesn't make sense, but then I'm like, I'm gonna say it anyway, and then someone's like, "Hey, you said this and that," and I'm just like, "Whoa," I guess my conscious mind was like, "Bitch, this ain't really making sense," but my spiritual mind was like, "No, bitch, this is it." So either way, y'all, I literally have like protection around my house, right, from astral projections, spirits coming in and out. Me being someone who's aware of spirit, a medium, a channeler, however you want to get into it. I don't like using words like that. I like to just say I'm a spiritual aware person. Um, Spirits will come in and out, play with lights, turn shit off, power outages, shit break. Girl, I have so much footage, y'all. I think I have one footage of me with clothes on that something happened, and it's from my home security camera. My other footages, I have them saved, but I will probably never release them because I'm actually in the nude and shit happened where it was like, whoa. And even I believe you and I, like some of you, we've had private sessions and you've seen shadows and seen shit, whatever. So I've put up things in my home to where energies are not allowed to just come in and out anytime they want to. You could be outside, but I gotta let you in. You just gonna show up. So long story short, y'all, I used to have these basic security cameras outside of my house. And I want to say for 2 months, I had this dream that there was something outside of my patio and it was just camping there. And the first thing I would think when I wake up was there's a spirit trying to connect with me. And I need to figure out what the spirit is or who the spirit is. Because I could see this spirit, y'all, or this person, right? This energy. I could see the face and blah, 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 blah. Y'all, this is going to blow the hell out of y'all, right? This is going to blow y'all mind because this blew my mind. So I had this experience and this went on for a couple of weeks and then just stopped. So I was like, okay, well, maybe the spirit don't need to contact me no more. So we're going to let it go. One day I was in my room, y'all, I was sitting there having a conversation and I'm always catching shit on camera, y'all, too. I should make a video. I should make a YouTube channel for my Ring alarm and my Wise cameras. And upload footage of the weird shit that I've caught on my camera, y'all, from these neighbors. Bitch, girl, y'all. So in this night in particular, no, the night before this, I'm on the phone and I'm talking and I'm hearing low voices, but I'm hearing people talk outside the bedroom window. So I open up the camera and it's these teenagers walking back and forth in front of the camera. Right. And they're peeping. There's a camera watching. So they're talking about it. Oh, there's a camera there. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. So the first thing I'm looking at this camera, I'm like, what are they trying to do? Like, are they trying to do something? And I can see these are teenagers, they're kids, they're scrawny teenagers, right? And then of course, me being from Stockton, I also know that the gangsters or the people who are high criminals, they'll send the younger people to do their dirty work. So they'll send the younger people as the scouters to see what's going on so they can then come back and do their tea. So I immediately was like, well, there's two things I can do. I can open this window and I'll just say, hey, y'all, it's, because, my place I live at, they don't allow kids to be roaming around and stuff for insurance purposes. You can't just be out here roaming around and shit, girl. They have a play area for the kids and you got to stay over there. You can't be running around the apartment and shit. Girl, I was like, I can either open this window and I can say, hey, y'all, what y'all out here doing? Or I could just call security. Well, I called security because I was like, well, you know what? I don't know who's out there, outside of this and that. Let me just call security. So y'all, security is called. It took security 45 minutes. At this point, they're already gone. It took security 45 minutes to go out there. And I knew it was them because, of course, they come with these flashing yellow lights. And I was like, 45 fucking minutes. And of course, they called my number back and they're like, yeah, we didn't see nobody. Yeah, bitch, 45 fucking minutes. They've been gone. So I let that go. I actually ended up letting my apartment know too. I was like, yeah, just so you know, the security took 45 minutes to come. There's people out here doing some suspicious ass shit. They were humping the trees and shit. Y'all, they were doing some weird ass shit, girl. And I got it all on camera too, by the way. They were doing some weird ass shit. Like, girl, what the fuck is going on out here? Sitting on people's cars, Girl, just doing weird shit. Like, girl, and this is like at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Long story short, the next day I'm in my room and I'm kind of recapping with somebody what happened the night before. And I hear a boom, right? And Bella starts barking. Now, Bella only barks if there's something really like disturbing that happened, right? Anubis will bark just to bark, but Bella will bark if like there's something not sitting right with her spirit, honey. Okay. And so when I heard her bark, I knew I was like, oh. So I went to go grab my tea and I got up. And of course, I could have looked at my camera, but nothing, it wasn't in my mind to go look at my girl. So, of course, I had a camera outside. I had a camera in the inside. The camera in the inside is pointing towards a weird wall. I don't know why it was pointing towards a weird wall, but I'm assuming that when Bella was barking, Bella actually looked out the window and it moved the camera. So just so happened, y'all, too, my patio light had blew out in front. Long story short, when they did the boom, the camera didn't catch the face, but it caught the legs, and they basically snatched my camera off the top of where my door is at. Now, of course, my neighbor also have cameras, and I could have asked my neighbor for the footage, but I was like, no, because I feel like this is going to be something that spirit is going to make its way back to me, and things are going to go down because I had an experience. So, y'all, I'm thinking about this, right? Like, they took this camera, and I'm like, what the fuck? Blah, 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 blah. And it dawned on me, y'all. Ding, 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 ding. The dreams that I had about somebody camping outside the door or outside my patio was not a spirit. It was my spirit showing me that this is the man that's going to take your fucking cameras. So, y'all, I immediately started sketching what this man looked like on a piece of paper. And I'm not a good drawer, but I'm sketching because it's in my mind. I'm like, I want to make sure my mind keeps this image in because I'm going to come across this person again. So, y'all, I'm thinking about some of these neighbors because I installed more cameras and neighbors would just they just stopped walking by my whatever. So I was like, was it one of them that took it? Let me think about it. So I'm thinking, I'm like, no. Then something said, go buy you a fake camera, get you an eye tag, put it on the camera, let them steal the camera, and you're going to track where the cameras are at. Girl, or y'all. I was like, no, I'm going to come across them. Literally 2 months later, y'all, something went down where they were asking us to help find something. This happened on 2 different occasions. They were asking us to help find something because I guess one of the tenants lost like a package or something, or an item. It was something weird. And they were like, yeah, we need y'all to help locate this. If you got it, please bring it to the office. Long story short, y'all, they end up hiring this groundskeeper person. This groundskeeper's goal. Now, they didn't say this, but this is all what I got spiritual. That this groundskeeper job was to walk around and to kind of be their spy to see what's going on. Y'all, when I came around with my dogs and I saw this man, ding, 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 ding. This is the motherfucker that stole your cameras. This is the motherfucker. So I was like, well, before I submit the evidence to my office, like I need evidence outside of this. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, my video showed his legs, but he had pajama pants on. That could have been anybody. It didn't show no face. So I was like, what am I going to, whatever. Long story short, y'all, he got caught stealing. The little package that the neighbor was needing us all to help them find. He was the one that sold shit. He got fired for it. And I literally submitted evidence to him. And I said, well, I'm not being funny, but I think it's kind of ironic that, my cameras get messed up because of course I let the office know about it. They open up a thing and everything too. A little, what they call it, for insurance purposes. They opened a little case on it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the one that stole my cameras. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And so he ended up getting got. They let him go. And then it was actually published in local news that he ended up getting got. He got murdered. And so that right there, okay? That right there. Going into light bodies and knowing what's going on outside, signals being sent to you, because that was the whole purpose of me talking about this, right? Going into the next thing, y'all, I have a camera footage of someone stealing my Amazon package like 3 years ago. And I was actually looking at it, right? Because I periodically go back and look through my camera footage just because I'm like, I probably came across this bitch, whatever. Long story short, y'all, there's a lady who would act very timid when she saw me. And one time she tried to play stupid too and was like, hey, I tried to knock on your door because I saw somebody standing by one of your cars, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what apartment did you knock on? And she gave me the apartment number. And I'm like, bitch, I don't live in a one bedroom. What the fuck? So I was like, oh, this bitch is up to something shady, y'all. Long story short, y'all, I didn't think about this. 4 months after, no, excuse me, 2 months after I moved here, somebody stole my Amazon package, which had some real there were some real needed tools up in there, y'all, that they don't even sell no more on Amazon. That's how real and deep this shit is. Somebody stole the packages. I could kind of see the face, but I really couldn't make out the hands because they really got up on it. They grabbed the package. You could see all the rings on their fingers. Long story short, y'all, I won't even think about it because the lady took off all her rings, but she's talking. And this is 3 years later, right? Within the 3 years, she borrowed $10 from me. It took her 2 years to pay me back the $10. She told me she was diagnosed with cancer, and I was like, "Oh!" I started to develop sympathy for her. Oh, this is so sad. She's like, "My son and his wife don't really like me. The only one that really liked me is my grandson." So I'm sitting there having sympathy for this lady, y'all. This day in particular, which was literally a week ago, I'm outside walking the dogs. This lady tried to approach me. I've never seen Bella do this, you guys. Bella's a very friendly dog. If she's sick and tired of you petting her, she will move her head or, she'll bark at you and say, leave me alone, whatever. She'll do, and that's it. And I'll say, oh, she don't want you to pet her. Okay, bam. That's how she's always been. This day in particular, y'all, just a week ago, this lady is walking towards me and the lady's talking. Bella has seen this lady before. Bella stands on all fours with a stiff body. Her tail goes straight up. Her hair stick up, and she let out a very deep. When I tell y'all this was a deep, that's another reason why I'm doing a deep cleanse right now too, because there's some shit that came up. But Bella let out a very deep bark, and it made me jump for a minute because I'm like, whoa, I never heard her do that. So the lady's walking around, I said, no, step back. And she's like, oh, no. I said, no, step back because, yeah, she's about to fuck you up. So you better step back, ma'am. And I have no control of my dog fucking you up. And she's like, oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay. Never mind. So, girl, she's leaving. I'm like, oh, this is a little weird. Like, why would she be, like, acting so weird like that? Because we're not friends. We just say hi and bye. But why did you get offended about this situation, right? Y'all, I came back in the house and I'm just thinking about this. Whoa, this lady was acting weird. I'm looking through my camera footage and I came across the video from 3 years ago of somebody stealing my package. Y'all, I zoomed in and it's that bitch. And I said, oh my fucking God. Bella is barely going to be 3 years old coming up. I met this lady stole my shit before Bella was even born, before I even got her. The gag of it all is that this whole time this lady knew she stole my shit. Because girl, she never saw me get out of one of my cars. She only saw me get out of one of my cars that I normally drive all the time. She never saw me get out of my other car. So the fact that she would know that means she's been watching me. Even coming into my home, that means she's watched me see where I was going and was like, huh. So she knew that she stole my fucking package. Y'all, you know what? It is just sometimes things happen in your life where you're like, you know what? You got to let go and let God. Like the petty side of me wants to like go knock on her door and show the footage and say, ma'am, does this look familiar to you? And just let her have it. Like, bitch, this is fucked up. You stole shit from me and you technically robbed my clients too, because the type of work I do for people, those items were needed. And I had to refund back money because that item was fucking stolen. You could have just came back because you didn't need that shit. Like that, a part of me want to do that, but the other part of me is like, she's already being gotten because she's been diagnosed with cancer and she's not beating it. So that side of me is like, no, she's been got. You don't gotta let her know. She knows she's been got. She know that she stole your packages. She know that. She know this is why she's trying to be so nice. She try to come up and then, girl, bye. And the creepiest thing about it is, y'all, is that I'm like, well, I never invited her to my house, but I'm like, girl, you stole from me, and then a year later, I give you my money, and then a year after that, I'm sympathizing with you because your daughter-in-law whooped your ass, and I was like, oh, that's the elderly abuse. She might need to get her together. I sympathize with you because you're talking about how your man had his manhood snatched away from him in prison, and that is so wrong. And I sympathize with you on this, bitch. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Even going into when Julie was here, she was telling us about her cancer diagnosis, and we were both out here consoling this lady. I'm like, girl, people are fucked up. They're shady, but karma always have its way to get your ass right together. So, like I said, part of me is like, hey, even going into the fact that I can even send this video footage to the office and say, hey, just so you know, because they know the lady, because she got in trouble before, because she was smoking pot. And they don't allow you to smoke weed up in here. You can't smoke weed or cigarettes, even though it's legal in California. They don't allow that over here, girl. Hello. But girl, even that, girl, they know who the fuck this lady is. I can easily have her kicked out right now, today. But I said no. The universe always finds its way to make balance. I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal. I always believe that whatever is meant for me is for me. I always believe that people will always give to me because I give to people. I believe that. Don't believe that I'm gonna ever get the short end of the stick. I believe that nothing is owed to me but goodness. And that also goes into a part of healing too. When you're broken and you're not really healed, you expect the worst. You expect everything to work out bad for you. You expect things not to go well for you. You expect this not to come true and blah, blah, blah. But when you are healed or you're working on your healing, you understand that you deserve to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. You deserve to have everything that your heart desire. And so anyway, leaving y'all with that, like I said, manifesting has to be done wholeheartedly. Whatever your heart desire, you will manifest. A lot of times, even going into this, backing up a little bit, where I was going to talk about where clients will get work done by multiple people. Y'all know that I know already when you come to me to get work done, what the tea is and how it is and da 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 da, right? Y'all know that, right? And if you don't know now, you know. You know that in order for me to sit down and do a consultation with you, and sit down to do a reading with you, or to even sit down and do case work with you, you know I'm already assessing spiritually what is to come. Do you know that I'm already experiencing energy before we even connect? I shared a posting 2 days ago, y'all. This wasn't even supposed to be, or even yesterday. This was not supposed to be a spiritual reading or anything. Someone was just trying to act like they knew me, and I'm a Scorpio, and just trying to like basically be cute with me, be jazz with me, but not really be cute and jazz. And I was like, well, I know more about you, and you think you know about me. Are you an astrologist or something? And he's like, I actually am. And I said, really? So what can you tell me about me? And I tell him my birthday, and he's going on and he's saying this and that, da, 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 da. And I'm like, no, that's not that. And I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and hit him with my best shot. And I was like, what is your birthday? And he gave me his birthday, and he had to let it be known that he was born on a Monday. I guess he thought that makes him more spiritually in tuned because he was born on a Monday. I don't know. But long story short, y'all, I immediately write down his birthday on my little, I call it Moon and Star notepad. I'm writing this shit down, and I literally start seeing stuff. I'm literally like feeling stuff, and I'm just writing all this stuff down, y'all. Like I'm writing this shit down on this piece of paper, and I'm just like, this is that, it is, this is it. And he said his name is Chris, but I'm sensing something with a B. Is it Brian? Whatever. I'm just writing this shit out. And I was like, I'm not going to hit him with the hard stuff. I'm going to hit him with the light stuff first. And if he acknowledges that the light stuff is right, then I know that it's him that I'm tapping into. And I sent it over to him, and y'all saw the response. He was like, yeah, you're the first one that got me, blah, 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 blah. He's a Scorpio. You know, Scorpio men think they're ahead of the game. They think they know more than everybody else. You know, they think they're fooling people. I think Scorpio periods. I think Scorpio men and women, they think that they doing shit when they really ain't doing the fuck ass thing, girl. Scorpios is probably one of the easiest signs to read. Okay, hello? And so I was like, yeah, daddy thought he was going to try to come over and manipulate, make it seem like he knew me and read me like a book, and he didn't do a fuck ass thing, but I read him like a book and stuff. And now, of course, he's intrigued, even after I told him, because I wasn't going to tell him that I was in tuned or spiritually inclined. I was going to just play this role like, oh, I guessed everything right. Whoa, lucky me. I guess I'm just a good guesser. I guess I'm a good guesstimator. I don't know. I was going to play that role. But someone's like, no, you need to cut it out now because he's going to keep trying to play this little bullshit game with you. And I like to nip shit in the butt, right? Fuck around and find out. Okay. I'm from the thought. Okay. Fuck around and find out. The FAFO. I'm part of the FAFO committee, bitch. Fuck around and find out. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm up on that. So anyway, y'all, like I said, I'm very aware of what, when, why, and how. I also ask my spirits to let me know if it's about bullshit or we're seriously on some shit. That's why I've come out even before I took my little break and I told y'all I'll be back in 2 weeks, etc., etc. I was letting the people know who was playing a little game that I've caught on to your game. I know what you think you're doing, and I'm the right one. Because, baby, we'll send that energy right on over there to you, girl. See, I don't got to physically be there to touch you. I can touch you right now. Right now, as I do this live, I can touch on you right now. I can send something right now for you to be like, whoa, what was that? That's how we get down, babe. So I'm just letting you know through words and through the layman's way, because you playing some lame-ass games with me. Hey, bitch, we own it. Same thing with spiritual work. You don't think I know if you got work done by other spirituals and you're just trying to see what I can do? You don't think that I'm your last resort, that maybe your first check, your first amount that you got, that you was like, let me go ahead and pay the preacher, the gas man, this spiritualist, and then I'll give Mystic her tea. You don't think I know this tea? And of course, it's the same for everybody. I'm saying, you know, they know who I'm talking about, who this is. They know what I'm talking about. But I'm like, you don't think I know these things already? Like, girl, I know who you got free readings from. I know who you've paid for readings for. And it's not really my business, but I want to know what I'm setting myself up for, because if your subconscious mind is not right and you don't understand that you're the root to the solution and the problem, then none of the work I do is going to actually manifest. Right. And even going into the past where I said I kind of stepped back from the internet stuff, because people on the internet are not really trying to get their problems solved. Right. And not all of them, but a very large percentage of them are not trying to get their problems solved. They're just on here because it's fun. It's interesting. It sounds good. But they're not actually trying to put in the work to manifest the life that they want. They will say they do, but they don't. And so I've learned that I'm like, girl, I don't want to be wasting my time. I don't care how much money they're sending over. I don't want to be wasting my time, honey. They're not really trying to manifest the man of their dream, the car of their dream, the house of their dream, girl. I don't want to do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if I need $50 and they got $150 for me. I'm sorry, I can get $50. I can do something else to get that $50. Right? So anyway, that's it with that, y'all. Going into the blog spot, and of course I said I was offering this until Friday, and I want to do something for next week, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it up until Monday because you guys kind of haven't been seeing me. There's something that I've done, right? And I kind of shared it here a little bit, right? How your mind, your subconscious mind is affected by the ways of your heart. Okay. If the heart is blockage, if the heart is unhealed, if the heart has trauma or attachments, then this is hindering you from manifesting what you're wanting. And so there's something that I put together very quickly, very simple, pen and paper, meditation, affirmation, even going into retraining your subconscious mind and your mental body, spiritual body, emotional body, right? Because all that goes hand in hand to whatever it is you're trying to manifest is going to come 24, 72 hours. I mentioned this before in the past, that people who say that there are scams, they're gimmicks, in the sense of they cannot explain to you how and why this is going to work, right? Energy is motherfucking energy. And what you put out, you will get back. You have to match the energy that you're seeking, right? You cannot say that you want a man, but your closet don't have room for his clothes. You can't say you want a man to take you out and treat you well when you don't treat yourself well. You can't say that you want a man or woman who is going to blah, 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 if you're not doing these things for yourself. That's not how things work. Like I said, maybe before 2020, yes. After 2020, no. That's not how this works no more, babe. You got to get in alignment with healing yourself to releasing what does not serve you anymore so that what does serve you and what is beneficial to you can come in, especially the older you get. What you did in your 20s ain't going to work in your 30s. What you did in your 30s ain't going to work in your 40s, and so forth, so forth, and so forth. Every decade, every day, every year, something changes. So we learn to elevate and to progress. Why we said that spirituality is a craft and it is a journey. You don't learn everything overnight. Even if you read 1,000 books, if you were able to do that in one night, you are still far from knowing everything. That's how that works. What they say, the more you know, the less you actually know, is true. Okay. So it's about tuning, aligning, and accepting, right? And this is how you find what it is that you're finding. Like I said, a lot of us right now, we think that we want, this man who's, 6'5", tatted all over. He's a part of some type of gang. He's a head leader of a gang. We think we want that. But something within that man is reflecting back to you something that you lacked or you thought you lacked growing up. It was a part of your program. Okay. And so once you change that, then you start to see things differently. And so anyway, y'all, check out the blog spot. Of course, check it out periodically, but check out the blog spot, y'all. 2spiritmystic.blogspot.com. And of course, 28spirit8mystic@gmail.com. Let me see if there's any tea. Nope, there's not. Woo! Praise you, God. Anyway, y'all, bye for now, honey. Love and light. See y'all later, honey. Bye for now.